How women make men mad without realizing it. She doesn't ask questions to try to understand his point of view. Instead, she jumps to conclusions and then gets really upset with him. And oftentimes the intentions or what she jumped to is completely inaccurate or mostly inaccurate, and he's left trying to console her for things that didn't even happen. Instead of disagreeing with him in a constructive way, she'll just completely invalidate his feelings on everything. You want him to validate you, so why aren't you showing him some validation? She doesn't hear him out and then gets mad at him when he gets louder. Usually people start to get louder when they feel like they're not being heard. She'll give him the silent treatment, or she'll criticize him in public right in front of his friends and family, or in front of anybody for that matter. That's really embarrassing for a man. And if you want him to take your concerns seriously, wait until after you guys are like in a private place. Double standards. There are so many acceptable double standards in relationships these days. And it makes men not want to even be in relationships because you're not playing by the same rules as he is. Your mood swings without any explanation. This can leave your man feeling very confused and frustrated, and he's unsure how to help or what to do for you. Because oftentimes it's not you getting upset about something and bringing it up and talking to him about it. All of a sudden you go from being really happy to really angry, and he's like confused. And next, getting jealous or overprotective when nothing has happened. Or you're being overly suspicious of every interaction he has with another woman. Maybe he glanced over at her. Maybe he said hi to a mutual. And you're getting upset and accusing him of all these things that he never did. Testing behaviors. No man likes to be tested. Do you not trust him? Oversharing his private details. He told these things to you because he trusts you. He feels comfortable and safe with you. And now you're just telling everybody? He probably didn't want everybody to know. A lot of men like to keep their lives very private. And oftentimes these things are very embarrassing, so it should be just kind of obvious that you shouldn't be sharing these things with everybody. And when in doubt, you can even ask him, hey, how do you feel about me telling my girlfriend's blank? And I know that seems silly, but it's better than you to ask than for you just to do it. Indecisiveness. Us ladies get mad at men all the time for not being decisive. We want him to make all these decisions. But then when we have to make the occasional tiny little decision like where to eat, we can't do it. So please cut your man some slack if you're guilty of this. And spending beyond your means when he's the one paying the bills. If your man pays for everything or mostly everything, you need to have those conversations with him. If you want like a weekly allowance where you can just spend the money on whatever, your random Target runs, your coffees, whatever it is, have that conversation with him and see if he's on the same page. Then you guys can agree on a specific amount. There's no bad surprises at the end of the month when he's going over everything. When finances aren't done right in relationships, it can totally destroy relationships. This is something you need to be mindful and careful of. And messy behavior. There are some women that are very messy and they expect their man to clean up after them. I've seen this a lot more than you could ever imagine. Usually it's portrayed that men are the messy ones, but that couldn't be further from the truth. There are plenty of messy women out there. Don't blame him for making a mess that you might have made.